Am I not supposed to have what I want? What I need? What am I supposed to do?
Come in.
I'm here to fix the damn door. Hello Spider-Man fans, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. It is a wonderful day in the neighborhood when we got some Spider-Man news to talk about today, and boy, do I have a lot of juicy stuff that might make you guys hate me. I'm sorry! What we're going to be talking about today in the Spider-Man universe is we're finally going to be spilling some beans because someone decided to talk and open up about plot details involving Spider-Man No Way Home that I did hear about months ago, but I swore the person who told me I would keep it to myself away from y'all. I'm sorry!
You want forgiveness? Get religion.
But now that it's out in the open, put your ear close to the screen, dog, because I'll go whisper something sexy in your ear. These plot details that I've heard about will include some of the villains involved in Spider-Man No Way Home, the main villain, some things that I love about this plot and hate about it, Tom Holland's Spider-Man connection to the overall Sony universe now that they've announced the Kraven the Hunter movie and Venom Let There Be Carnage with Morbius also coming out, and even a little bit more details concerning when we will finally get this damn trailer. So be sure you Spider-Man fans are hitting the subscribe button. You come to me for the cringy intros and you're not subscribed, what kind of man are you? And if not, hit that like button or I'm gonna hide some more news from you. So starting off with one of the small things concerning Spider-Man No Way Home is we gotta discuss this whole thing about Emma Stone getting asked point blank, is she gonna return as Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man No Way Home? And well, here's her answer.
Well, you know the rumors lately are that all the Spider-Men are going to get together. I don't know if you caught my interview with Andrew recently. He gave the most vicious denial that he is in the new Spider-Man film.
Oh my.
Not vicious in an aggressive way, but it was aggressive in a sweet Andrew way.
Yes.
There also are rumors that you're going to be involved. Have you heard these rumors?
I have heard those rumors. I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything, but I'm not.
Man, it's no wonder her and Andrew Garfield were a match made in heaven and were dating for the longest time because they've got that same quirky personality that's fun to watch. And again, I'm mixed on whether she's telling the truth or not. I actually don't believe she will end up being in the movie. From everything I've heard and all the other details coming out about the film, Emma Stone was just not able to be part of Spider-Man No Way Home because of her pregnancy. Still, maybe they could have just filmed her scenes in a green screen really quick and then sent them over to Marvel to do their magic. But I kind of do believe her when she says she's not part of it, but then again, why would she have to say, I don't know if I can say anything if she's actually not involved? If you're not involved, you don't have to wonder if you can say anything or not. But again, maybe that was just her being sarcastic and I didn't catch it. She was definitely my favorite Spider-Man love interest out of all the Spider-Man live action movies, so I would love for her to come back someday. Other news on Spider-Man No Way Home is we got an article from Variety where they were talking to a Sony executive about the future of their Spider-Man universe and what they're planning to do with movies like Kraven the Hunter, Venom Let There Be Carnage, and if Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be involved in that. A lot of great small details in here, but some of the ones that stand out are when he says, we don't really think of our 900 characters as the Spider-Verse, he says. We have a Marvel universe. The volume of characters we have, you know. Wait until you see the next Venom, you don't miss Spider-Man. Pause. It'll be exciting if they do meet, right? That right there is as much teasing as you can get, Sony executive. What the? Don't make me leak your emails. That really is playing both ways, because to me, at the beginning of what that executive said is what I feared all along, is that Venom is essentially the Spider-Man for the Sony spin-off universe, where they're just going to use Tom Hardy's Venom as the Spider-Man replacement, and he'll be the one fighting characters like Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, interacting with all these other spin-off movies, and if Marvel approves, they can somehow jump in Tom Holland at the last minute. Plus, you pair that up with this other statement he made in this article where he says, there actually is a plan, he says. I think now maybe it's getting a little more clear for people where we're headed, and I think when No Way Home comes out, even more will be revealed. And need I remind you, this is them talking about movies like Venom 2, Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, and he says, oh, you'll understand what we're doing when you watch Spider-Man No Way Home, this universe that is completely separate from what we've created. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to bridge the two things. It's like what I've talked about with you guys here is that the MCU and the Sony universe are separate Earths, not living in the same universe, but because we have things like Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, and even Variety themselves, a very reputable source mentioning in this article, one of the worst kept secrets in Hollywood is that No Way Home will be diving headfirst into the multiverse and incorporating characters from Sony's early Spider-Man movies that starred Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Like, that's Variety, a credible source, admitting, yeah, this stuff is happening. They don't even label it as a rumor. So that's kind of wild in itself that a publication like this that prides themselves on credibility and professional journalists goes ahead and says something like that. All that's left to wonder is if my theory will be correct that the Sony universe is actually connected to like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, or like some of you guys in the comment section really hoping that it's actually Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe and he's the one that'll actually interact with Venom, Kraven, and all these other characters. Nonetheless, a Sony executive saying that Spider-Man No Way Home will answer the question of all these alternate universes. But now getting to the thing that, like I said, I'm sorry to you guys I didn't tell you sooner. Heck, I might have hinted at it a couple times in the past couple of Spider-Man updates, but I was told through a few sources online that I don't even want to mention just in case he'll get mad. But I was not only told reliable information concerning plot points about Spider-Man No Way Home, I even got to see physical proof of some stuff, and you can choose to believe me or not, that's fine. I'm not a scooper in any way, shape, or form. I'm just a guy who loves reacting to the news, discussing the news with you guys. Don't plan to ever be a journalist or anything like that. So if you want to think I'm a liar, that's fine, but I don't really like to do that here on my channel. So with that said, the reason I'm able to finally talk about this is because somebody else went ahead and talked about it, spilled the beans, so now I don't feel like the guilty one if I'm spoiling some details about Spider-Man No Way Home because someone else did it and now I can react to it. So the person who spoke out about this, who must have heard the exact same information as me, which is why I'm like, okay, so that info for sure is reliable then, is Jeff Snyder, who works for Collider, on his podcast, The Snyder Cut, where he mentions that Willem Dafoe, who played Green Goblin in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man universe, will be the main villain of Spider-Man No Way Home. Not only that, he has heard that the Sinister Six is going to be made out of characters: Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx's Electro, Green Goblin, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, the Lizard, and Rhino. And there's more plot details there, but I want to talk about the Sinister Six first because I actually heard a different Sinister Six. I never heard anything about the Rhino being involved in the Sinister Six. I have heard about Green Goblin being the main villain, and his motivations in this movie are kind of crazy, and I wonder how they'll play it out. I'll explain that in a sec. Obviously, we know about Doc Ock and Electro. Those are like the worst kept secrets and have been confirmed by both parties. Sandman was rumored for the longest time, so I know he's coming in, but the Lizard is the one I heard about, but I don't know if it's gonna be the Lizard from Sam Raimi's universe, because don't forget, they did set him up in that world, or if it's going to be the Lizard played by the actor in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. I have a hard time believing that actor would actually want to return. But then again, they could pull a Red Skull situation where they have the character as the Lizard the entire time and just get some other actor to do the motion capture work for that. And instead of Rhino, I heard it was actually going to be Scorpion filling out that role of the Sinister Six. And I mean, that's a character they set up all the way back in Spider-Man Homecoming. So don't get too excited that it's Rhino, because I haven't heard that it is him. But hey, I would love it, man, because I would like a better version of Rhino done. But the thing all these villains have in common is that they've been killed in previous Spider-Man universes. And that's actually what the title of Spider-Man No Way Home is referring to, is that these villains have no way home. Not necessarily Tom Holland's Spider-Man or the Spider-Verse people. Whenever they die in their previous universes, for some reason they got sucked into Tom Holland's world, where Doctor Strange finds them and locks them away in a prison. Tom Holland's Spider-Man will come to Doctor Strange wanting to help him out with his identity being out in the world, seeing if there's any spell or something he can do to combat that. And these villains will actually manipulate Tom Holland's Spider-Man, guilt him into freeing them because they were all killed and murdered by Spider-Mans of their other universes. Essentially, it will be Tom Holland's fault that these villains get out and escape, and he'll have to team up with Doctor Strange to round them up and put them together. And that's as far as I've heard. I haven't heard any details concerning the Spider people. My best guess is that they show up at the end to help Tom Holland round up all these villains. And with that plot, that again, you could believe me whether it's true or not, I just don't know if I like it. Because again, it is Tom Holland's Spider-Man's fault for the villains coming to life in kind of the same way he messed up and gave the Edith glasses to Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. And to me, I feel like this is what the MCU misunderstands from great power comes great responsibility, is because it was Tom Holland's fault that he gave the Edith glasses to Mysterio, so it's his responsibility to take care of that. It's his fault he's going to release these Sinister Six people from a Doctor Strange jail out into the world, so it's his responsibility to go out and wrap them up, when No, if you look at the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it's his responsibility to stop any and every crime, whether he was involved or not. That's where the responsibility comes in. So it's not you fixing a problem you made, it's you being for any problem, whether you were involved or not. So I do hope that manipulation to Tom Holland is well earned in this movie, because I'm just going to be a little upset that they con him into setting him free because he wants to be perceived as the good Spider-Man and not the evil Spider-Man that killed these villains in other universes. The other plot detail that I heard that is actually the motivation for Green Goblin being the main villain is that he's going after Tony Stark's arc reactor in the film. This is how the film will once again tie in Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark's legacy into a Spider-Man movie, because they were able to do it in the other two films, and I guess they just got to continue that tradition into this third film. Once Norman Osborn learns what that arc reactor can do and the unlimited energy power behind it to, I guess, power his Green Goblin suit, that'll be the thing they go after, and Spider-Man has to stop him before he gets his hands on it. That right there, I just kind of feel about. It could go either way. It's just a small little MacGuffin to get the plot going and rolling. It'll be the outcome of that situation that'll intrigue me or disappoint me. That's just the stuff I want to throw out to you guys, whether you believe me or not, and if I'm wrong on that, you know I'll confess and be like, look guys, I'm sorry, I guess I was just giving bad information. Only thing left now is for the trailer. There's even been more international Sony accounts that went ahead and updated their banners to Spider-Man No Way Home, looking like every Sony account out there now has the Spider-Man No Way Home banner, meaning the trailer is basically imminent. Some people are thinking June 1st because of Tom Holland's birthday. Wouldn't surprise me, but I'm still going to stick to my gun that around the Fast and Furious 9 release date or before Black Widow is when we'll actually get this trailer. Be sure you guys leave me your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.